Hey y'all, I just left this little place here across the street. Um, a couple of Harleys that got on a Pan American. Rocky's Coffee and Ice Cream and the Arts Place. I didn't know this place was even here. I've been by it dozens of times, and I'm thinking maybe they just started opening on the weekends. But yeah, they had some really good coffee, and they had some jellies and jams, and I texted Mrs. Stoney about it, and she said, hey, will you get me some jelly? And I texted her a picture of the jellies they had, and she said, get me 2 jars of muscadine jam. So I did. Oh, a little traffic. Anyway, I'm in downtown Danbury. I'll think of it in a minute. I rode up toward a Hanging Rock State Park, and I love coming through Danbury. It's a cool little town, and I spotted this coffee place, and I said, you know what? It's time for an afternoon cup of joe. A lot of motorcycles come up here. It's a very popular motorcycle destination. Not necessarily Danbury, but you go through Danbury to get up to if you're going to Hanging Rock State Park, or you can get on the parkway up the road there too. There's some really good twisty roads up there. Good place to ride, really is. This is Highway 8. How you doing, buddy? And they do tubing up here too. I'll stop up here and see if we can see some people on the Dan River doing some tubing. This little country store right here on the left, man, that looked like a Ducati. You don't see those very often. I don't know if they're doing any tubing today or not. I think they are. I just passed a bus. But this little Danbury General Store, they used to have gas pumps out here. So yeah, they're doing some tubing. But this is a really good road right here, this Highway 8. Going back down toward Winston-Salem. I really like this road. A lot of curves. It's a very fun road to ride. You know, I've never been out that way to that Pretty's General Store. I may have to turn around and go check that out. It's only 2 miles up the road there. So I think I will do that. Oh geez, deer. Right there you go. I'm telling you, the animals are chasing me. When I first saw them, I thought they were those statues that people put out in their yards. But that was a real thing. At least it looked like they were waiting to cross the road. But I'm going to turn around up here and go back up to that little road there. I've never been up that road. And I've been through Danbury dozens of times. A Triumph 800. I've never seen a Triumph, the 800 Sport. Never seen one in the flesh. Yeah, those deer were right here on the, I guess they crossed the road safely. But I'm going to go up here and check out this general store. Yeah, here's the Dan River. Oh, you can see people down here tubing right here. Yeah, somebody walking in the river. This is a huge, just a very popular tubing and canoeing destination, the Dan River. Dan River Park. Yeah, people having picnicking, enjoying this beautiful day, having a good time. Yeah, here's this general store. Check and see what's going on here. It's not open. There's a stupid buzzards. Pretty's General Store, and they're closed. Okay, that's fine. I gotta figure out where I'm going. And you know what? I'm just going to go back the way I came. I know the Highway 8's a good road. So that's what I'm going to do. I was going to look on my phone and see about going a different way, but I'm not going to. You know, I want to see if that those guys on that Triumph are still there. I'm going to look at that bike. Who owns this? That's yours?
Yeah.
How you like it?
Really good. Yeah. So far, I like the engine, handles great.
Well, I had a nice little chat with some guys from Reidsville, North Carolina. And I wanted to see that Tiger 800. I hadn't seen one. That is the bike I probably would have bought if it would have been out when I bought this Tiger in 2023. I'm not unhappy with my Tiger, don't get me wrong. And I don't know if I would even entertain the idea of trading this bike for an 800, just because this one's paid for. And I don't want to go in debt or get into my savings account and pay the difference. You don't see too many ADV bikes. You know, this is really Harley territory here. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I own a Harley. If you watch this channel, you know. And I love my little Sporty. I would hate to give it up, but I probably will one of these days when I retire. I will probably go down to one motorcycle. And I don't really know why. It's cheap. That bike is cheap to keep. It's cheap to own. The you know, the taxes and everything else on it are very inexpensive. But when that Tiger 800 came out, I'm like, wow, it's the bike I would have bought if it would have been out when I bought this one. And because it's more of a sport touring bike, I like the way the bags are. The bag's set close into the frame of the bike. It has a low slung exhaust, which makes the bag set closer into the frame. The only thing I don't like about this motorcycle is if I want to put side cases on it, they stick way out, and I don't like that. Number one, I don't like the look, and it just makes the bike so wide. Another thing about those side cases is you have to put all this hardware on the bike, on the frame. You have to put all this hardware on there to hold the side cases, And when you take the side cases off, you got all this ugly hardware hanging off the back of the bike, and I don't like that look. I know it's all about convenience, but I like the lines of this motorcycle. I just hate to dirty it up with all that crap on it. And that's just me. Now, Georgia Ramblin' Man, his BMW GS750, it has integrated luggage. It still sticks out, but you don't have all that hardware hanging off on the tail end of it, which I think looks a whole lot better. Plus, the only time I need luggage is when I go on a trip, which is not very often. Probably not even going to make a trip this year. I just got too much going on at work. I know my buddy Bill, my buddy John, and Georgia Ramblin' Man, we usually take a trip somewhere. I don't think it's in the cards this year. Yeah, unless something changes. So anyway, I am going to head home. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you very much for listening to my rambling. Oh, my jacket is flopping around. The little tab on my jacket is flopping around, hitting my helmet. It's aggravating me. Thanks guys for watching. Y'all take care. This is Stoney, and we'll talk to you later. Ooh, nice looking sporty.